So let's do the JavaScript for this file now. Before we start JavaScript, add a couple more things here. So let's call it with div, right? And then this one, let's call it page div, and that's it, I guess. So let's now access them. So right, well, we don't actually need this, but it's just for now, and then we can just get rid of them. So so we need this, right? We need to access this. All right, let's say with list equals document dot get element by ID, and the ID is with list. All right, so let's get this with div. So with var with div, let's access the document dot get element by ID, and the ID is with div. So next, let's get this page div. So var page div document. We would need them later. So if you can access them now, then we can just keep using them, easily later. Document dot get element by ID, and ID is prev, and var next document dot get element by ID, and ID is next. So now we've got access to each div and this UL, right? This is the UL, this is the divs, and each buttons, and the buttons div. That's it for now. And now let's start with accessing the YouTube API. So before we start doing anything, let's do it this way. So now we've got this page. So what we want is, on page load, we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and etc. videos downloaded, right? So what we can do is document dot add event listener DOMContentLoad, right? DOMContentLoaded. Excuse me. DOMContentLoaded on DOMContentLoaded. So when document is loaded, get vids, right? Get vids, and we can do this false. So what happens here is, when the document is loaded, we're trying to get the videos post on the page. So now let's create get width function. All right, this function needs some information. So the first information, it's gonna be URL, right? Let's call it my URL. So we will get this from YouTube API. So this URL will have a list of videos. And then I guess that's it for now. Let's start with AJAX call. So it will be xhr new XML HTTP request. This creates a new XML HTTP request, and then xhr dot open. This requires method name, then my URL we need to pass, and then true, which means asynchronously loaded, right? So xhr onload I think that should be a function here, and then okay, so when this works, this function gets some data, right? So that data is gonna be JSON format. So what we can do is well, we can access the load data with this dot response, right? And then this gives us JSON formatted data. So let's create an object. And then so we can work with that object, right? So this thing response gives us this dot response gives us data from YouTube API, which will have tons of information there, and then it's in JSON format, so we can JSON.parse it, and then it's going to be created as an object. So we will have one big object with tons of information in it, and then simply we need to add this thing in here. So this thing will start loading videos. Well, I mean loading data from the, let's call this load object. So load object, because we're not getting videos yet, we're only getting here the object from YouTube API. We will later get this URL from the YouTube site. I think that is it for now. So what happens here is when we load the page, this page, we should have here well, I mean here in the object, not here yet because we're not outputting anything on the screen yet. We should have here tons of information loaded from the URL, which will be provided by YouTube API. Further, we can do further things. So by now we're stopping it here. So see you in the next video. Thank you.